Pourquoi il m'a pas mis de notification sur YouTube là?
Ouais, ça va le faire.
Ah, oui.
Oh my gosh. Inside this box, doing non-stop
Putain,
work.
Gakez, il est chaud.
Guys takes Dr. Football out, pushing up.
Ouais.
Born in the
ça.
ultimate high ground. Looking down from above. Wipe up. No shield and trying to rotate forward. Vivid from Liquid, another player we've kept our eyes on previously. I actually caught a clip of Vivid flying off the map earlier in quad. You gotta be real careful with those, bud. You gotta be real careful with those. 15 players left. Placement points out for everybody involved. Kez still inside this box. Down to 28 shield tag on the back. Have to wall off and protect himself. Drop in there, the baller causing a bit of a ruckus. Shot from the side.
Ah, Gakez, il est mort, c'est moche. Symphony.
Goes unused. Simply 10 bandages for a late game heal.
Putain, ils sont tous fous.
Ouais, c'est de la bombe.
Ah, tu tombes sur
Je
tout
vais voir si
ça.
on nous entend.
Oh, tu tombes contre tout cela en live.
There are players that, spectators that won't be able to watch the stream. People that are expected blind, that
Ouais, ça marche.
listening to Fortnite. Just keep that in mind when we're talking about everything that happens here. 9 players, 8 players left. This is Lucky from Tempo, already qualified, but does go down to Swipe Up. 8 players left now, simply building up at a shot from
Mate
above.
ça, comme ça construit.
Watch out for those layers. A quick double edit, a reset, and a build overtakes ultimate high ground. Quick shot in the sky, can't do it. Dropping it back on in. The re-challenge for ultimate high ground. Shots from the outside. Somebody down to 19 HP. He's going to have to branch out, defend up, and watch the storm. 2 ticks of the storm is going to spell the end for him. Chance from the ultimate high ground. He's got it all by himself now.
Symphony, il va mourir.
GG in the mid ground. Hornet, Twifo goes down. Hornet, Dave on in the ultimate low. 4 players left, and they're all on your screen on the left side. Symphony, no builds remaining. Has the 10 bandages. Won't have a
Canet,
chance to
il est
take
mort,
up.
Symphony.
Here we go, 9 HP. You had to take one tick. Oh! Trying to find it. Hornet, 1v1. Hornet, Dave on the outside.
AVS.
A build off the last second. 52 builds remaining. Can't quite see how much his opponent has. 1 minute and excellent timing in the pop there, but this wall is going to peel off.
You got to go for the fight. You have to go for the fight. It's going to be over.
Push forward. Oh, he made it back in. He actually didn't even make it back in. Hornet ticked out before it even became relevant. Solid victory royale. The last second there. What a tough spot on that plateau. A flat-facing wall on the plateau.
Devon.
Et t'as vu, il y avait 8 spots français. Europe, je veux dire.
Ah ouais?
Ouais, il y a des spots français, hein, je pense. Faut attendre. Parce que là, on est dans les spots. Ils ont montré, il y avait 3 spots Océanie, 4 spots Brésil. Regarde, ils vont les montrer après. Et je crois qu'il y a 8 spots Europe.
Just incredible. Mad props to him, but like you said, man, next game, more Fortnite action on deck.
Juste avant, ils ont montré les spots là.
There you go.
Et je te jure, quand je les regarde tirer, ils visent pas les bonhommes, ils tirent à côté.
Non, non, en fait, il y a un problème. Soit nous on est décalés, je sais pas. Possible.
Ah bon, t'as vu avant comme moi quand il avait l'infanterie?
Ouais.
Il tirait toutes les balles à côté.
À droite
Du gars et toutes les balles dans les dessus.
Why is that so? Please pull that up on your phone. That sounds adorable.
Et toi t'es là, tu vises les mecs et tu leur mets aucune balle.
Fortnite World Cup, all right?
Figure out how to make a kitty cat.
OJOM. Just send that to us. See, it's like a little elephant. You got the 2 eyes, the little trunk, and the little body.
Yo, nobody.
Yeah, everybody.
There you go. The more you know.
21 players
Moi
left.
aussi je peux
C'est
pas
pour ça que je t'avais
américain.
répondu, tu sais.
Take that over the high ground. Not inside the safe zone yet. See the minimap.
yeah.
That little white arrow sticking around that is
truc.
cosmic right now.
Oh yeah.
Accidentally shoots his own ramp.
Oh yeah.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No
Has
big
the
deal.
launch pad, has
Yeah.
2 shadow bombs, so rotation is possible. On top of that, in case something does drop out from underneath, has the redeploy as
Yeah,
well.
bah la fait c'est. Ah, on dirait pas, les Américains, les Anglais, ils parlent trop quand ils commentent.
Players rotating. This is exactly what he was waiting for.
En fait, c'est pas normalement, c'est juste que comme c'est dans leur langue, ça va vite. Nous, on parlerait au ralenti à leur place, dans leur langue. Mais en français, on parle vite aussi.
He's still going to be able to hold the trigger down the entire game, assuming that it didn't overheat.
Try
Right,
again.
that's right there. You saw a window edit in the center of your screen for just a second. You got to be careful with those.
Ooh, someone popped the supply drop. It's going to drop down.
Put a rock in the supply drop. Oh, by the way, Caden in the feed taking dubs out. Big elimination there.
Ah, lui, il est bien, lui. Il a de la constru, il est en hauteur, il a des planeurs au cas où quelqu'un fait tomber. Il a un pompé, puis c'est mitrailleur. En fait, il a tout pour jouer au corps à corps. Et en plus, il a des trucs fantômes. Quelqu'un le fait tomber, il peut prendre ou le fantôme, ou le tremplin, ou les jumps. Lui, franchement, tu verras, regarde, retiens bien. Chaos Mike. 4 kills, il va aller loin. Il a trop la bonne position, il est en haut là. Ça y est, ça va casser. Et hop là, il part. Ah bah
il est mort.
Il s'est fait liquider en l'air.
That is so rough. Don't forget the glider redeploy has a slower.
Il a essayé, mais bon.
So it makes you way more vulnerable in the sky. You want to wait
Mazer
right
Kidza.
before you hit down on the ground and then deploy it.
Honestly, not even that. I think the play there was shadow bomb.
Moi, lui, il est pas top, hein. Il a pas grand chose.
Il a 0 kill, il a pas grand chose, il a sniper lourd par contre.
En laisse, ouais. Putain, tu te boules.
Oh.
Yeah, it's always easier for
Mais
us
quand
to
il
be
vise
like,
quelqu'un, il
really
le tue, quoi.
because again, like we just
Ouais, ouais.
have all of the information here in front of us.
Plus, we're the ultimate gamers. So
I mean, I am not. You are for sure. Not me. Everyone does know that. But yeah, sometimes we.
Quand je prends le tambour, j'arrive jamais à tirer de si loin.
But, you know,
Ah moi c'est pareil, les balles elles partent en couille, lui elle part tout droit.
because we love Fortnite as much
Ouais.
as a player.
Je te dis.
let me say
Pourtant,
this
c'est un
too.
verre hein, qu'il avait.
Anybody that listens in on commentary, if you hear us talk about your gameplay and we say something that may be perceived as negative, let me tell you with 100% without a doubt, you are better than me. Don't worry. That being said, I can see things that you can't right now.
Don't worry.
Because of that and my ability to commentate the game, I have the opportunity to say things about your mistakes. Sorry. Don't worry. I hear it from a lot of people every time I mess up in stream. It's all good. 14 players left. Trick FN pushing forward. I did see the man, the myth, the legend, Yogurt Fart in this game as well, so you got to keep your eyes out for that. Big set of
The
plays
names.
potential.
The names. Here we go.
Yep, Yogurt Fart actually
There he goes.
lead.
Finds an elimination over on Tasky, and we've been in top 15, right? So now we have another round of placement points. This is where going from top 15 to top 5.
Bomba.
That error margin.
Putain, il y a beaucoup de viewers hein, sur mon live, des fois je reçois des messages.
Over on face Taxi. Wow, let's go,
Putain, ça va venir là, les gens ils dorment en Europe.
There, Trick has a chance to keep this going a little bit longer if he wants to. Opts not to, but he is positioned.
Putain, le regarde quand tu regardes la zone, 9 là-dedans, mec.
Window edit and shots before that player can use the launch pad and try and get the heck out of there. Trick moving forward.
Trick FN.
Start the rotation. Still not in the safe zone.
Yeah.
Keep moving. You notice here saving materials just a little bit, not walling off because he knows he's on the ultimate low ground.
Oh no, Lupo, the side of the mountain. It's
Ouais,
another mountain.
dans le
Trick
parti avec
has
des
to go
boules à cet
right
endroit-là.
now. Cat is gonna yeah, you just gotta go up right now and look. Oh,
Actually, it's fine. Trick caught a player on rotation. Stretch is gone. The edge of the storm here.
Trick FN.
He's actually.
Vas-y, Trick FN. Jean-Marie.
Where are we going from here?
We'll find out in 3 seconds. 6 players left.
Jean-Marie,
We're
est-ce
looking
qu'il va
at the
gagner?
last possible rotation for a lot of people here. Player peeking down from above. Maybe a chance to take shots. We're going to the northwest. He's actually
Yeah, he's gonna
totally
be
fine. Big luck there for Trick. 6-3 builds. Sorry. Down to the last second shot.
Wow.
Powerful from the top 10.
There was also a
Il est
lot
chaud,
of
Jean-Marie.
get it?
He did not, but at this point, this late.
Ouais, mais il a
Ah, il a
trop
pas
fait.
pris le launchpad.
3 players left. Shiga, Caden takes shots, sandwiched between 2. Trick gonna drop down and apply pressure. Says, Shiga, you can wait on the ultimate high.
Trick FN, il y va.
This elimination, the HP and shield from that. Some materials. Trick down to 8.
Oh là là, l'autre il est mort.
And that's that.
Chute fatale.
All damage. You see that?
Victoire.
Shiga just jumped right on in.
He
Trick FN.
probably ran out of builds.
Jean-Marie il a gagné.
Jean-Marie Le Pen.
Eventually slid down the edge of the
Il a pété le score.
That's
7
what probably
kills.
would have been the better play there. But at the end of the day, he lands
Wow,
the
but
ultimate
ça.
trick shot. Back over to
Ça rend bien sur le
Sundown
live.
in the studio. So now what you got for us?
Ouais, franchement, ouais, ça fait bien.
What
C'est original,
I
ça
don't
change.
have is bad jokes like that,
Oh, yeah, Matt.
he didn't even fire a shot.
Ah, sa
So,
tête.
well done from Trick there
Oh,
to
Luc.
ride that one out. Good victory. Yeah. I'm here with Monster D. We're going to take a look at some of the gameplay that happened in that last block real quick. Let me hop on up here and let's break these plays down.
Yeah, we got a lot going on here, and the player to look out for, E11 Graska. These E11 boys have been on a rampage, and we just want to highlight how much of a
Il remonte.
rampage these guys have been just going on. Graska in specific here, you'll see a nice string
Il l'avait
of
gagné en
demons
plus,
kinda
celui-là.
coming out of him, using shadow bomb, just keeping it super technique and super textbook. And I just want to talk about his
pas
mentality
technique.
because I follow him on social media. He is the type of player that wants to improve week after week, and that's what we've seen from his early placements around the 60th, and we've seen as high as 14th with this duo, Daxter. So they are just out of contention. Anyone in that upper top 20th kind of bracket as either
Mais t'es mort avant qu'il
or a
tire.
duo team have what it takes to kind of seal the deal here in these final moments. And this is just a solo competition. Take a look here. But remember,
Putain,
he's
une
going
balle,
to be
quoi.
another player to look out for next week as well. So keep your eyes on them as, again, just wrapping things up. You saw just a little bit of Trick in the previous game.
Il va le tuer en saut, je crois, non?
And look at this,
Ouais, ouais.
50 points, right? Trick was in about 55. This win right here puts him back up. That's a 4-point swing. And that puts him at about 54 last we saw. So Graska's in a running. Now another look. Kez, same thing, same situation, same deal here. GA Kez putting on a show here.
La même situation, il disait.
Follow up just swift. No time for hesitation. The reaction speeds are clean. The mechanical skill is here. So not just European, players showing up here. Sundown. It's NA as well. NA East here making a big run throughout the evening here, and just
Il est chaud, Luc.
clean.
Super clean from Kez, indeed. Not just Europe who has put on a show. Every single one of our regions so far have been absurdly close. Like, we quite literally haven't seen a week like this so far. We are going
Ouais, qui se lave les cheveux, par
down
contre.
into the very final
Ouais,
matches.
ça pue
NA
caché.
East is so absurdly close. I cannot wait to see who
sale.
takes away one of those last
Ah,
six
c'est
spots.
gras, là.
We're going to go right on over back to Lupo and Zeke.
Thank you, Sundown. I appreciate you. And I do appreciate every region. Europe, NA East, NA West, Oceania,
Europe,
Asia,
il a dit, hein.
Brazil. Y'all some gamers.
Code,
Brésil
ah,
aussi.
Don't change, all right? A lot of people working like crazy to try and qualify for the Fortnite World Cup in New York City.
New York
Those
City.
finals are going to be insane, by the way.
Yeah, but-
Looking forward to that.
For
And let
the
me just say, too, going through this, I can't think of anything
I can't think
in
of
my career
anything.
thus far that I've put more time and energy into
Allez, oh.
casting Fortnite events. Like,
On fait les mêmes commentaires en alsacien.
from everybody
Contact en normal.
to go into this, I hope that we have all
Du échec comme met.
what they would consider
Bah,
an
dans la
excellent
coupe.
job thus far.
Oh.
Because this has just been a blast. And
La
I
coupe
hope
V.
we're representing the players that we have a chance to commentate over.
Espèce de Dinolo,
accurately.
les
I hope they all
gitans.
feel the same way about
Ah, bah, ça.
Tinelli.
thus far.
Eh, cool.
Eight spades here on your screen.
Ah, putain, y'a pas de français,
Top
quoi.
middle there. Ape taking a chance to just pop a little bit of a mini. Got a metal tunnel underneath with another player down below. A quick stink
Tico Bello.
toss.
Oh,
Pressure
putain.
being applied. These fly-ins there. Symphony top of your screen, but Baldy. Player we've seen a number of times. The flint knock in
Ils sont
hand.
tous dans leur case.
All right.
Epic AR and a rare combat shotgun.
This is the loadout you want.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Ah. C'est aussi coupé chez moi.
Y'a un problème chez...
En tout cas, il y a un problème chez eux parce que je crois que chez nous deux ça a coupé en même temps, je crois.
Ouais, ouais, ça a coupé.
Ah, faut faire rond. Je l'ai relancé. Là, c'est noir.
Ouais, mais c'est pas grave. Je vais arrêter le live et... Je vais arrêter tout court la play, mec.
Hit the ultimate high
Shit,
ground,
pas-
38
ah, ça a
players
repris.
remaining. Climb our way all the
Ça a
way back to
repris?
the top. The launch
Ouais.
pad out. Good rotation right now. The later you get into a game,
Ça a
the less
repris.
value a launch pad has because unless you're going to ramp up above and use it
Ouais.
with horizontal.
Ah, mais tu me crois, je suis capable de dormir
which,
comme ça.
don't get me wrong, is very, very good. But if you're trying to
Ouais.
go verticality, by the way, a player lands in the same box, a quick trap, it's not going to go down, but Zlem still pays the price for trying to challenge Spades for ultimate high ground. Might not be the last one either. Oh my gosh, the number of players
Staff demain, toi,
flying
non?
around above is insane.
Je suis en vacances?
Spades.
Ah, t'es encore en vacances?
Ouais, encore une semaine après. J'ai pris les 3.
Sorry, that
Ah.
got ridiculous, but the late game launch pads, they lose
Ah, bon, on va
value.
pouvoir game encore.
In the air, the more
Ok, mec, je suis
other
KO,
players have
mec.
to take shots at you as the storm starts to
Ah,
close.
bah oui, normal. Attends, avant que tu quittes, je vais juste au shot, pisser un coup, je reviens.
Bah vas-y, de toute façon, je laisse le live, mais je peux rester... Je dors dans le live.
To utilizing that ramp to just give you like that forward momentum instead.
All right, I propose a challenge to anybody out there. You set up a launch pad with the angle that shoots an opponent player into a box filled with your own traps. I will PayPal you $50. because that would be ridiculous.
There you
Imagine
go.
just whoosh, right in.
Like they go flying, they hold forward, and they're like, wait, that's a box.
Spade's
Oh,
last
no.
second.
That was...
Barely made it in. 3 HP. He's got to stay just ahead of the storm.
Anyone could just breathe in his direction.
This is one of those moments where you're thinking, I need to find a spot that
Or
I
a
can
siphon.
sit and watch for an elim. This might be the one. The campfire is what gives it away right now. Spade's deciding to push forward, rotate around to the bottom. A shot behind the corner edit. Not enough. And 8 finds him down underneath. Big attempt from Spades. 3 seconds to squeak it in. 50 points right now for Spades. We're the top 25 now. Hornet all the way in the ultimate high ground, it looks like. Took it with a baller, which you don't see too often. Kind of a risky play unless you have something like a shadow bomb, which Hornet does have. Drop it down, stand inside the safe zone. Takes a lot of ticks at the storm, and that's the time for a slurp.
Yeah.
Big value slurp.
Big value slurp, but don't forget, it does take quite a while. It's 1 HP a second. He's got a long time before he's back in fighting conditions. Someone does go for the high ground challenge.
Player up
Après, tu veux quitter le live?
one falling in, which you can hear that.
Yeah. I think that's
Wow,
what the
ça me
player,
dérange
so
pas de
this
rester,
player
tu vois.
above Hornet knows that Hornet's down below, but like you said, he heard the
Je suis
glider
down.
deploy. It's a very distinct sound. He's
Ouais,
trying
bah,
to
c'est
keep
sûr.
himself safe. Hornet's trying to get aggressive here. He wants this elimination. Okay.
Big play.
All right.
Good play there.
Good.
At that point, he was getting beat.
T'as ce qu'il a fait, là?
Shot at from above.
Ouais, ouais.
He was potentially challenging
un
player
fantôme
that
juste avant de
he
toucher
was
ce
not gonna be able to beat. Player behind gets caught in their own edit, goes for the pyramid play and can't get Hornet. Instead, Gal pays the price.
Oh merde, la
themselves.
zone elle
Get up
disparaît.
that first elimination. 14 players left from the top
Ah,
15.
tu pas la zone quand t'es hors zone avec le fantôme?
Je sais pas.
CWV goes down. One more
Je sais
push,
pas,
rotating
j'ai l'impression que c'est un bug.
poaching your feed,
Ouais, parce qu'après tu regardes, ils sont nouveau dans la zone.
Ouais, ouais.
Oh, there's players all
Il se
around
téléporte.
Lupo.
right underneath another player. They're holding it down. Trying to reset the ramp underneath. Can't get it 3 times. Gonna have to melee their way through.
Oh.
Very tense situation here. Smacked in your feed. Picking
Il
up
est
an
mort,
elim.
lui.
We're down to the top 9. Hornet on
Même
36.
pas.
Oh my
86
God!
HP. 3 elims now for Hornet.
Il a
A
récupéré
big
du sang, t'as vu, parce qu'il a tué
shot
l'autre.
there.
Ouais, ouais, c'est
Stay
sensu.
in this game, a chance for minis. Has 2 ARs. Not a big deal there, but the combat shotgun gonna come in big late game. Looking for headshots. Looking for angles from underneath.
On a
Hornet pushing
saut.
forward, 66 builds left. Severe, the ultimate
Ouais,
high ground.
putain,
Players
c'est quoi ce
sandwiched
fight, Matt,
in the
ça?
middle. You hate to see somebody go down and not make it to the top 5, but here it is as the last set of placement points go out for everybody left alive. Severe,
No.
Shadow, Nick Cool, Midas, and Hornet, the ultimate low ground. Trying to pop a med kit there. Going to be able to get it off. Gonna have to push through this wall. Inside, last second. That might be enough coming in from underneath. You see Shadow
Hornet,
in
il
the
démarre
open
bien, en
high
fait.
ground, popping those minis. There's a natural campfire. He could hit it real quick. He doesn't.
Okay. Just
No chance.
Il est mort. Ça a coupé.
Ça a coupé chez toi?
Ouais, moi c'est noir.
Ah, moi je te veux encore, j'ai la victoire et tout là.
Putain, moi c'est noir à l'écran. Tu le vois sur le live. D'ailleurs, il y a un deuxième viewer qui veut pas se présenter. Bon, bah.
Effectivement, il y a un deuxième. Ouais.
Putain, mais l'écran elle est noire chez moi. Ah, il est parti le deuxième. Ça m'a intimidé quand j'ai dit qu'il y avait un deuxième. Mec, moi c'est noir. Hein.
Putain, chez moi, j'ai tout encore. Il continue à parler, mec.
Oh, je relance. Ah, c'est bon, j'ai relancé. Et Animal, c'est écrit en français, on dirait.
Consistency across
Ah,
the
non,
board
ah,
for loadouts is typically
C'est
combat
Jérôme.
shotgun,
Au numéro 1.
an AR of
Jérôme.
some sort,
right.
1 or 2 mobility items, and a heal. And
Yes.
if it's not 2 mobility items, it's only 1. I would say potentially 2 heals, and then the last utility slot, you could, if it's not 2 heals, you could say is a heavy sniper or flintlock.
Yes. So
It's
typically
like
we're
every
seeing
single loadout.
pretty much exactly that.
Oh,
So it's
c'est
either going to be
abusé.
2, like let's say it's like a rift,
Ah,
some
ça,
kind of
bon,
mobility,
voilà.
2 heals. Sometimes we see people, even if they're lucky to find them along the game, We've seen people with like 6 half shields, right?
Oh, yeah.
2 whole slots dedicated to 3 half shields apiece. And then you're like, oh, this guy just wants to fight the whole time.
I want to make a point too so that it's not misconstrued what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that everyone runs the exact same thing all the time because it's the only thing to run. I'm saying people are running the same consistent builds because consistency is huge in a BR game. And if you have a loadout that is consistently showing top performance, players are going to favor it. That's something to take note of if you're trying to step your own game up. Maybe you're not going to make it to this World Cup, but I guarantee you there's going to be events from Epic for Fortnite in the future. This ain't the end, believe me. And so learning those kind of setups and watching how the meta changes as the game evolves. I mean, we're getting updates that change things weekly. So you have players every single time that they're, and this has been at this point, y'all. If you have not
on dirait ils ont créé une ville en fait.
You need to just accept that that's Fortnite. Now let's all finally settle and say yes, it is a game that includes an evolution of meta constantly, which means the players are constantly being pushed to try and figure out how to play the next setup the best, and that's good. You want that because I'm gonna be very honest with you. From a spectator side, I feel like potentially a level of staleness would happen if you're like, all right,
Ah, lui il galère.
to a pump shotgun and
Oh
SMG
putain.
swap to pump shotgun.
le
Il s'est passé quoi là?
I feel like the
Je sais pas, ça a
combat shotgun
lagué,
has
mec.
created more opportunities for back-to-back eliminations. You see Fiber going down there to Animal. It's just a situation where the game is trying to evolve in a way that makes it more representative of higher skill players and less representative of this guy is really good at the one thing all the time. You want to see people that can do it all.
Right.
You want the jack of all trades players to shine because they're the ones that have really put in a crazy amount of effort. They have skill, the knowledge to pick up everything about the game that they can.
Il recrée une ville à côté là.
I'm very passionate about
King.
Fortnite. It's become such a big
King
part
inconnu.
of
On a un
what I
deuxième
do
viewer
and
là,
what you do,
présente-toi.
especially you. I mean, you've been around for a long time.
Vas-y, présente-toi là, Jérôme.
Exactly. And so it's like it's just one of those things. I want to see the game evolve and grow in a healthy way.
Il est plus là ou quoi?
There's some people that are not happy with how the game is now, but you have to at least admit, those people have to at least admit that they're happy with the way that.
Oh, t'as vu comme moi?
I mean, and e-sport has continued.
Le mec,
to
il est tombé
evolve.
tout en bas.
It has.
Et d'un coup, il était de nouveau tout en haut.
Yeah, sure, and maybe just like expanding on that just a little bit
Puis
more.
avant il y a des trucs bizarres.
You know, Fortnite is an ever-evolving game, and you know, it is a battle royale, and there is some kind of randomness involved in that, right? Like you land in a POI, and there's some form of random.
But you can harness that.
Correct, and it's why these players
Correct.
is because they can minimize that randomness factor, right? That, like you said, their consistency. What can they do to minimize that randomness and give them an?
Oh, je me suis dit, si là il met une balle, sachant qu'il a tout mis à côté. Quoi?
Great example.
Il l'a tué.
He knows what he does best.
Il l'a même pas touché. Enfin, il était à côté.
His long range shots. He's in a great position to do this, right? He didn't just land on.
En tout cas, celui en haut, il est bien.
Putain.
Voilà. Le KNG inconnu là.
Exactly. There's so much. Like on the surface,
T'as vu?
Fortnite may seem like,
Note ça.
I guess,
Oh là
borderline
là.
one-dimensional kind of, but there's actually so much depth.
Oh, le
to the
mec, il est
game.
dans le
On
futur.
the surface, it seems that way. You've got building and shooting and strategic positioning.
Yeah,
there's a lot to it.
Elevation, game changes, what you land with, you know, how you're feeling on the day, what your skills like, where you've spent your time. Have you done your shooting practice? Have you gone into playgrounds before then to practice up your building skills? There's so
il est bien.
much.
This is why
I love Fortnite, dude. You're gonna make me nerd out, and we're gonna have long conversations about this.
This has been Deep Thoughts with Lupo and Zeke. Meanwhile, top
Ah,
5
tu
situation.
kills.
My apologies for all that.
Moi, j'ai même pas vu le mec.
With 6 eliminations.
Oh, non plus, j'ai pas vu.
19 builds that rift.
Je te rassure.
Il doit jouer avec des jumelles.
It'll be tough to know just yet. TJ, the ultimate low ground. We're already in the top 3. The swap there, Baltic, Dylan, Glow Navy going down outside in the storm. Unknown dropping in and challenging.
Ah, il est
Jay Free, but
tombé.
he actually gets dropped all the way to
KNG,
the bottom.
Nicolas.
Stuck top to bottom of TJ.
Oh my-
Box, the traps.
Oh my god.
C'est passé quoi là?
Je sais pas, il a de nouveau bugué, il a disparu.
But look at the health difference. If he's not careful, dude, and they spend time in the storm, Jay Free has health advantage. He's got to be really
AVA.
careful how he approaches this.
The slurp though, Unknown could potentially pop it.
Il va mourir.
Momentarily, I almost anticipate.
Il
Here
est
we
tout
go.
en bas.
Do you think he just waits for him to drop down and try and rips him and hopes that the slurp is enough to tick him over?
We'll see. Moving with the storm, Jay Free in the ultimate high.
He's still ticking up.
13. No builds for Unknown. He's gonna have to. Yep, there we go. The shots. Combat shot coming from underneath. Can't
Wow.
quite connect.
20.
Il a gagné.
Not
Au moment où il prend la faille. Oh mais le mec c'était un ninja que il buguait.
C'est bizarre.
Bro, that was absolutely insane. Sundown, Monster D face. Was that not just the craziest end to that game?
That ending was absolutely absurd. Nice
Luke.
celebratory rift there from the controller lord KNG.
José.
Well done to get
José
the
Luc.
victory royale there. But not only was it a fantastic finish to that match, that is it from NA East. It's done. All the matches are played. The standings are final. Monster and I are going to break them down.
Dude, are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? OMG, boys. So
Putain,
first off,
10 000 $.
clicks qualified. Right?
KNG, il a gagné 6 000 $.
Sharing before clicks, clarity, and then KNG
Tutsi.
unknown in the last one will take those top
En
3
net.
spots. But 6 spots are still up for grabs, and you'll see the next 6 fill them out. So
T'as
congratulations.
tous qualifié, Matt.
Cosmic, Tuzi,
Putain.
Legendian, Aspect, Hornet, and Creo. I'm telling you, that had to be the most nerve-wracking final hour for Aspect. We saw him finish on 60 points. He was in second place. These last 4 right here, from Aspect to Fernando, were all
Semaine 9,
at
finale.
60 points. Aspect had the 2 victory royales that pushed him up into 7th. Hornet had 1 that pushed him up into 8th. Creo had 0. Fernando had 0. The difference, average eliminations, average points, all of them average placement. Creo owned all the tiebreakers. He had all of them afterward, was slightly ahead, 3.8 to 2.8, 18 to 3.6, and the average point 7.5 to 6.0. Talk about every interaction mattering. Well, all the tiny little ones and the differences add up. Congratulations to all 6 of you, the final ones, joining us at the Fortnite World Cup final from NA East. But now I think it's time to punch tickets.
Absolutely is, and there it is. That's 1.
Cosmic up there on the board in
That's
first.
2.
Tuzi in second. Go ahead, Monster. You can
I'll
grab
get
that
this
one.
guy too right here, man. Legendian, you made it.
Aspect as well. That must have been. Oh wait, it's Lupo. We've been over this before.
You sure you want to?
C'est quoi ce
How you
mec?
feel? Okay. This guy, man.
He tried his best. It's all right. They talk about his snipes, but not about his ability to punch tickets. Creo in
Parce
the
qu'Aka
last
qui est venu.
spot. Lazarus will remember at the
Finch.
Fortnite World
Il a
Cup
essayé.
final again. Congratulations. But you can see out of the 19 spots up here, only 17 have been filled. We have 2 more for you coming out of NA West. But for now, we're gonna go on a quick, well, not so quick. We're gonna go on a 30-minute break in between the regions. Go walk your dog, get some water, get a nice little meal in you, because when we come back, the rest of the NA West matches in the final 2 spots.
Ils devraient créer ce monde en vrai. Tu te promènes dedans comme dans Fortnite.
We'll be right back.
Putain.
Avec les vraies voitures. T'imagines? Ça c'est le début de partie, hein. On voit pas toute la zone en fait. C'est déjà plus que 99. 98. Bon, ça va vite, hein.
Ouais, moi ça.
T'as plutôt les trucs stratégiques. Oula. Non. Des fois on dirait qu'il fait de la merde mais en fait ça bug.
Ouais, ouais.
Oh merde. Il avait pas vu en plus. Non. Non, il l'a mis avec.
Mais c'est quoi, c'est ouf. What?
C'est quoi ça? Il l'a mis carrément à l'opposé. Non. T'arrives même pas à suivre tellement il va vite. Non. Ça aurait été moi, je serais mort. Oh là là.
Putain. Et de base, il était mal, hein. Il était mal parti. Ah bah voilà.
À chaque fois.
Karma.
À chaque fois, il se prend des balles comme ça. T'as vu? De nouveau, tu crois qu'il était bloqué contre la porte? Bah non. Mettre ça. C'est passé quoi là?
Alors là.
Je suis sûr que tu le regardes au ralenti, t'arrives pas à voir.
Ouais, ouais. Non, mais mec, il y a beaucoup de trucs à côté. Hein.
Oh putain. Le gars, il a payé épique ou quoi? Non, ça c'est abusé là.
Oh mec, par contre, tu vas aller me coucher, moi.
Ouais, ça marche.
Je suis vraiment épave, là.
Tu m'étonnes. Pas de soucis. Nanana.
Mais vas-y, je sais pas, demain, si
Ouais,
tu
je
joues.
souhaite. Ouais, peut-être pas en après-midi. En soirée, il y a peut-être Solène. À voir, je te dirai.
Ouais, ça marche.
Bah, normalement, on peut se faire quelques games demain.
Vas-y, ça roule, mec.
Ça marche.
Bah vas-y, à plus, mec. Hein.
Allez, bonne nuit. Hein.
Ouais, à
Plus.
plus, bonne nuit.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.